Little dog.
Hi guys.
Welcome to Summit. We hope you guys have loved some of the things that we've shared so far, and really just, I think, hearing about our story. I think more than anything what we wanted to share in this group isn't like the nuts and bolts, like this is money and this is, how much, this is how much you have to put in a week and things like that, but really more understanding like the culture, the feel to this, what you can gain from your life and how you can expand that business opportunity to really fit you. So hopefully in what we share tonight with you, and it's not often that we get to get together and do this for you, so we're so excited to be here together. But my hope is what you take from this is learning, one, how this can actually benefit you personally, and two, how you can really take those things not only to benefit your life in fitness and earn some money, which will give you some more opportunities with this in your family, but really how this will just really benefit your life. Because I think that that's what it's done for us, is really just helped us to become better people, have better skills, right? Build better relationships and put all of that together. So what are we going to introduce tonight?
So tonight we're going to talk about the coaching basics, and it's really just like the 4 activities that we do consistently that will not only build your business, but help you, do all of these activities that are going to impact your personal life as well outside of your business. And like Tina said, these 4 activities are what help create the foundation of this culture. And you guys, if you could feel the energy here this week with these 25,000 coaches that are here, it's something you want to be a part of. If you are looking for some positivity in your life and just you want to feel uplifted and empowered and like there's something good going on in the world right now, this is where you want to be. So we're excited to share these basic 4 activities with you.
Good. Okay, so we're just going to start right away. Number 1 I'm going to tell you about is, as a coach, we lead by example, right? We want to be an example to people of what you can do to get healthy and fit. So one of the biggest objections that I hear from a lot of people is, well, when I have done a program or I've gotten in shape, maybe I'll consider to be a coach. You guys, people don't crave going after seeing what you did. They crave being part of your journey, right? They want to do it right alongside you because they're not where they want to be right now either. So as they're able to plug into you as a mentor, as a resource, to just see a real live person going through what they're going through, struggling, succeeding, doing something that's hard, it gives them hope that they can do something hard, that they can do something worth it, that they can see that happiness in their own life. And that's why taking care of yourself is really the first principle of good coaching. It's funny when I find myself getting off track a little bit, whether it's with my fitness or my workouts or some development that Jen's going to talk about in a minute, I just don't feel good. And I think people can feel that energy, right? And they know, and I know. So I just feel like I'm a happier person. I'm a better person for my family, for my friends, for the people that I want to show up for in my life, for my work. If I'm doing the things that I need to do first. So we want to encourage you to do that, and that's what you're here for anyway, right? To work on your health and fitness, to do that for you personally first. And so you're filling your cup. Think about that as the first step, is I've got to fill my cup. I've got to help myself so that as you have that belief, you can share that with other people. So we work out, we do nutrition. And I think the great thing that Beachbody's done now is recognize that not everyone's in the same place and not everyone has the same needs for their health and fitness, right? Shakeology is a really great product, but I have some clients and some people in this group that I know maybe can't use it for, dietary purposes or allergies, or, maybe it wasn't a good fit for them. And I want you to let you know, it's not required to use all of the products or any particular product, but to really find what works for you. For some people, they've already got a fitness routine in place, so maybe the nutrition is what's really enhancing their experience through Beachbody. Maybe you are somebody who just really loves supplements to your workouts, to lifting. We've got the whole performance line. We've got beach bars. We've got Shakeology. Like, there is so many things. There's no reason, you can't do all of them, but you don't need to do all of them either. With, the newest, one of the newest programs that Beachbody has launched is this nutrition workshop, To Be Mindset. You guys helped 35,000 people the first day it was offered. 35,000 people. I mean, it was incredible. And it just really showed that there was this need, this hunger for people to work on their nutrition. And it didn't have anything to do with fitness. It didn't have anything to do with working out. It was just working on feeling better, getting your mind in the right place, and eating the right foods. So there's been a lot of development in our teams and with our coaches of just focusing around To Be Mindset, not even focusing on any of the fitness programs. And some of you watching, I think that that's probably you, right? Working on and finally finding success in working with your nutrition. Why not create your platform and how you're going to help people around that specific product? We learned today that they're actually going to offer a new certification for To Be Mindset. It's going to be released in September. This is awesome, you guys. Like, you get to become a certified mentor. You get to work right alongside Alana Molstein to learn how to not only get better results with the To Be Mindset, but how to really coach and help people through that, right? And that's where it's all about. That's what this leading by example isn't you knowing everything. It's you having the tools and you trying it and you sharing your experience. That's all we do. We don't tell everybody that we're nutritionists or that we're personal trainers. We just share the experiences that we are having with these products and why we believe in them. And you can do that because you're already developing your story too.
I think just that's really important, because for me that was a really big hesitation for me. Was I'm not a personal trainer. I don't have a history in nutrition, so how am I going to help somebody else if I don't have like that knowledge base? And what I didn't understand before I really joined and started diving into these materials that our team offers is that it's all provided to us. All we have to do is log in and read it and implement it in our own lives and then share it. So you don't have to be an expert. That knowledge base is created for us by the professionals, and we're just here to use it and share it. Yeah. So the second core coach basic activity is personal development, and some may call this like the self-help genre of learning, and I will say that this was like my biggest holdback for a very long time. I just said, I don't need it, I'm not going to do it, I think it's stupid, I don't think that self-help is something that anybody needs or something I don't need. And I can tell you, like Tina said, like when I feel myself falling off track in my fitness and my nutrition, when I find myself getting more stressed out about family obligations or work stress, and if I just stop myself and think about what I'm doing in my business, I've let that personal development go. And it's personal development that really pulled me out of a really depressive state. And I think that you don't realize that personal development and self-help can be more than reading a book or attending a seminar. For me, my very first exposure that really got me to dive into it was listening to the trainer during one of the hardest programs I've ever done, and taking what he said during that program and applying it to some very hard situations I was going to in my personal life. And by the end of that 60 days, I felt lighter. I felt like I had the tools and the mindset to accomplish and survive this huge obstacle that had been thrown in my life plan, So personal development, it can be like on the business side for leadership, or it can be just personal to what you're going through in your life outside of the business and outside of health and fitness. So I like to read, so there's tons of books, and we have recommended book lists that we share. But I'm busy and I don't always have the time to sit down and read like I want to. So a really great resource are audiobooks. So I'll listen while I'm getting ready in the morning, or I have an hour commute to and from work. Sometimes I'll plug into that when I'm mowing the lawn. You put the headphones in and you turn that on. And another great thing for personal development that is also provided by our company is a weekly, I call it a conference call. Now it's kind of more like a webinar, but it's from some of the the leading industry experts. It's from some of the top coaches in the network, and you know it's going to happen every Monday, and you know there's going to be some piece in there that can impact your life, both personally or professionally. So I think that, you know, without this coaching opportunity and without really diving into these coach basic behaviors, I probably never would have pulled myself out of that really low place. I would have never been here in Indianapolis in a really positive mental state without diving into the personal development that I'm told I need to do to have a successful business. And I think like I said, it goes beyond having a successful business, but having an uplifted and empowered life. So one book that we're reading right now in our challenge group for our fitness clients is called Finish by Jon Acuff. And you guys write this down. The title is Finish. The author is Jon, Jon Acuff, Acuff. And it's a really quick, short read. And I just think that, you know, no matter what goal you're working on, or if you're a habitual starter of many projects but you never get to the end of something, this book is money. And I was telling Tina that I breezed through it on the plane ride out here, and I'm going to go back now and really dive in and take some action steps to apply this to some things that I want to accomplish both in my personal life and my business life. So regardless of where you take this invitation to join us on the team, really, I really do recommend that book, Finished by Jon Acuff.
Yeah, all of these things, like, apply them right away, because like we said, this isn't just about coaching opportunity. You're going to find so much growth opportunity in your life through coaching. I think that's the biggest benefit. Whether you come in with the goal to make $100 or you want to make this a part-time or full-time job, like, just finding that more in yourself will really help. And that brings us to number 3, which is inviting. And this is probably one where people have the most hesitation, because it actually involves you connecting with other people. And that's the scary thing, right? And I think we're kind of conditioned for that to be a scary thing, because it's unknown what people will say, right? When we issue them an invitation, and we fear that word no, and we fear rejection, or we fear, and we place in our minds this value, like it's going to ruin relationships, or it's going to cause great strain, and, you know, we're going to say something wrong. And I want you guys to know, like, you should let all of that go. I know it's not easy to hear that and be like, okay, I'll let that go, but let me kind of tell you a little bit why. And think about this, because think about when you say no. I want you to think about a time when you have said no and why you said no, because it probably wasn't about that other person. Very, very rarely is it about the other person. It was probably about you, and it was personal, and it was something, a fear or a limitation that you had that made you say no to something. Think about if you are in our groups, which I think most people in this group are. Did you say no when you were first approached to join Beachbody or do a program? I did a lot, for 8-9 months, right? And I went to events, and I, was on calls, and I would do things, and it was some of my very best friends, and I still said no. I said no, and they didn't stop inviting me, and because of that, I am where I'm at in my life, right? Not just in this business, but in my life. So I want you guys to know that when people say no, or they, reject you, it's really about them. There's something that they are limited in or not feeling good about themselves. It's not about you. Think of it this way, really quick story. When you go to a restaurant and the waitress comes to take your order, first thing she asks for is, do you want a drink? Maybe she says to you, would you like a Coke, or would you like a cup of coffee? If you don't want a Coke or a cup of coffee and you tell her no, do you think that waitress is going into the back room and crying her eyeballs out and feeling like you hate her and she's a bad person because you said no to a Coke? No, she's not doing that, right? That's the same thing as if you invite somebody to one of these groups, or invite somebody to join you on your journey, or tell them how wonderful Beachbody is in your life, how much you're enjoying these products, and they say, no thanks, I'm not ready for that, right? It's the same thing as you're just like the waitress with the Coke. you just let it go, right? They're not ready yet, but you know what? They're probably going to be ready because you planted a seed. You planted a seed that you said your life can be better, and here's how to do it. And we all want to improve our life. So be inspired by that, to know that the more people that you issue that opportunity to, the more lives that you have the ability to impact. And you don't ever know how you impact somebody through what you share, through what you do for them. But I think with relationships, and we talk about sales, I know I'm going to use that word sales, and we don't like to use that word because, again, it's another scary word like no and fear. But what sales really is helping to identify what people need and giving them a solution to that. So you guys, you will never sell Beachbody products here. That's not your job. Your job is to really understand and identify what problem they're facing, and then you provide a solution, right? Think about your experience. If you've had success with a program, you finished it, lost weight, bettered your mindset around nutrition, just found small wins, like even drinking water more often and how that's cleared your skin or helps you have more energy, right? You have a solution now. You know what works, and somebody else needs that from you. So that is what inviting does. It allows you to share things that provide solutions to people. And those solutions are going to involve the products, but at that point people are excited because they need to fix their problems. It's not you pushing something that they don't need, because we're going to teach you through the process of asking questions, of finding what's important to people, exactly how to uncover what their problems are. And when you do that, you're going to be excited to share these products. You're going to be excited to share the solution, excited to share what you've already done and achieved that was just one step in front of that person. And that's all you have to be, is one step in front of that. If you have worked out one day, you're already ahead of somebody who's just sitting on the couch at home right now. You already have experience. You already have more of a solution than they had on themselves. And it will help you to better your relationships. One of the speakers we had today, she was hilarious, but she was talking about relationships and questions that women should not ask men, right? And a lot of it was just not good communication. Inviting and using this process, helping to ask questions, understand what people need, helping to communicate what you need and your intent and why. That's going to help you with just all your relationships, not just with Beachbody or inviting people to your groups, like all of your relationships, your marriage, your kids, your spouse, your work friends, all of those. So I want you to take that, and I want you to take that perspective a little bit differently, because again, we put these limitations on our mind that we can't do that, or we're fearing doing this for people. And not only do we give them a big gift, but we gain so much when we learn how to communicate with people better like this, and we are excited to teach you that.
Yeah, and people will be so flattered that you thought of them and asked them to join you, whether it be on the fitness side or the business side.
Absolutely.
Regardless of whether they're ready to jump in, they're going to be flattered, and they're going to say thank you.
Yeah, some of those ones where I close my eyes and I press send because I'm like, I don't even, I care so much about that person, or they've been such a mentor or an example to me in other areas of my life, and I'm like, I don't want to ruin that, right? And that fear creeps in, and I'm like, nope, I'm pushing that button. I tell you, every single time they have responded just like that. Thank you so much for thinking about me, or I'm so glad that I impacted your life that way, or and they are just so thankful for that, even if they say no. And a lot of them have said no, but it makes you feel good to know that you said that to somebody, that you really spoke from your heart, and that they received it. And again, you just planted that seed. Maybe they're not ready to receive that yet, but they will be when something happens in their life, and then you will be the one that they turn to help them with that solution.
Yeah. And I think that it's important to realize that you never go this alone. So we don't welcome you to the team and then say, good luck, see you in a year. It really is a team effort between trainings and calls, or just quick text messages for ideas, or joining forces together to do events like this or groups like this. And then you start building some momentum, and then you get to the fourth coach basic activity, which is recognition. And it's so fun, and you get to design it however you want, because it's your business and your team. So we recognize, we have a leaderboard in our 2B Mindset group, and it is so fun to recognize those people that are checking in consistently and seeing weight loss, with this new Mindset Nutrition program. We recognize our really active fitness challengers in our fitness group. And then when you go beyond that to the team aspect, right? So do you remember back in school, maybe there was a big project, or maybe you were just working really hard for a really particular grade, right? And especially if the professor or teacher graded on a curve, so if you were at the top of the curve, did it make you feel good? It feels good to be recognized for hard work and consistency, and our team is so good at recognizing those that consistently work hard toward your goal, and you define your goal. We don't set it for you. We don't tell you where you should be. We help you identify where you want to be, and then we recognize you for your work. And that comes in many forms. It comes in quarterly prizes from corporate. It comes in monthly bonuses on your check. It comes in weekly paychecks. It comes in social media posts, right? So when we recognize you on social media, you're not only getting the support of our coaching community, but your friends and family see that, and they will recognize your hard work. And nobody can tell me that they don't like a little bit of recognition and to be lifted up for that consistency and that hard work. So I just think, like we said at the beginning, if you're looking for a place to maybe have an activity that's just for you, or you just need to surround yourself by some positive, hardworking people, which is where I was at. I needed a community. I didn't need another thing to add to my plate. I didn't need another responsibility. I work full time. I didn't need another job. I just needed a community, and that's truly what I found, and that's what keeps me here is that community, and everything for me is a bonus. And we're hearing stories here of coaches that have gone from living paycheck to paycheck, or foreclosing on their house, and now in their coaching career they've made over $1 million. So like I said, it's your goal, and you define that goal for yourself and where you want to be in your personal life, and then we surround each other and help provide the tools and the resources and the community to help you get there.
Yeah. Good. So recap really quick of those 4. So number 1, be the example, right? Show them what the products can do. Show them why you use them, and you can do that through a lot of different ways. Number 2, personal development. You've got to feed that mental part of this, right? Sean T, we're here with him, and he says, conquer your mind,
transform
your life, right? And it's so true, right? This is what holds us back. The body is ready to get better and healthier. It's working on here that's going to elevate everything that you want to do. Number 3, inviting, right? Flip that script from scary to super exciting, because you're offering a solution, not selling products. And number 4, recognition. How cool is it to be able to just give somebody a pat on the back, or tell them thank you, or send them a note just when they need it, to help them get better and to improve, and to know that you made a difference to them. So any questions, post them below. We are happy to answer them. Tomorrow, we're going to let you in on some really fun stuff. So we have our super trainer workout. You guys, this is huge. 20,000 people lining the streets, working out with these trainers. So we're going to bring you a few segments of that so that you can see that, and be a part of that. See what that energy is that Jen's talking about. There's something about being at live events that really can change people, and I know a lot of people have never gotten that opportunity to do that, so I hope you just get a little piece of that and can get excited for when you are here next year with us too.
Back in Indy
It's been great. So it's been really fun. So we'll give you that tomorrow morning. Look for a post too. We're going to talk a little bit about some of your concerns, maybe some things that you've heard that or that you fear. And we're going to talk about some of those, and jump back on here and do a Facebook Live to really talk about some of those. So when we post that, make sure that you post those so we can answer those for you and help you with that. And then we're going to tell you a little bit more about the culture. I hope just from tonight you gain a big piece of what that is and what that can do for you in your life. We're gonna jump back on here and talk about the culture. And then Sunday share some information about how you make money as a coach, because heck, that's motivating too, right? To have a little bit of income. You know, it started for me as just paying for swim lessons for my son. I just wanted $50 a month to be able to put him in swim lessons. So your goals can start small and grow as you mature in what you can accomplish here. So we're going to talk a little about money, and then Monday we'll jump on here and just kind of wrap up to answer any questions that you have, talk about how to get started, what it means to be a new coach on this team, and what kind of support that you get to help you to feel great about jumping into this with us. So thank you for joining us on the replay, and we hope you're having a good Friday night. We're headed out for a little bit more fun and then up super early, 6 o'clock workout. So thanks, you guys.
See you guys.